We're just a couple days away from the biggest UFC card of the year, UFC Apex 100, and let me tell you, boys, it's only gotten better. It's only gotten better because we lost Cody Garbrandt. We lost Nicholas Dalby. We got a couple replacements. I had to put off putting out this video because I had to look into some of these fighters, see if we're going to get some matchups. We did. We got Scroggins. Can't wait for that one, but oh my goodness. It's time for the official picks. Gun to your head. The cartel is waterboarding you, saying, give me a pick. Who's going to win the fight? That's what we're going to do for every single fight on the card. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. We're going to start it with the first fight of the night. Absolute banger. Melissa Mullins doesn't know which way is which. Look at her eyes. Don't look at her eyes. Do not. You might get put into something crazy. Melissa Mullins is going to win this fight, though. Okay, Claudia Sygula, I don't know why she's in the UFC. She shouldn't be. Even though Melissa Mullins isn't that great of a fighter, I think she gets her down to the ground. I could see a finish. I think Melissa Mullins' grappling is going to be too much for her. But on the feet, man, Sygula could have her moments. I don't think she's got much power, but she's got decent hands. Decent little kicks, but I don't think it's going to really phase Melissa Mullins. She's probably just going to barrel roll her way into a takedown, get her onto the ground, maybe do a couple thrusts in the guard, and maybe she'll find a finish. We'll see, but Melissa Mullins is the official pick. I think she gets this one done. She is the rightful favorite in my eyes. Tresean Gore, Antonio Trocoli. You know, if Tresean Gore was DMing Mackenzie Dern, then Trocoli might have a chance to win this fight, but I don't think he has. Okay, I was on the Trocoli train earlier in the week, but I don't really think I'm going to do that. I think Trocoli is just not that good. He's a big dude. He gets fired up when people like Bobby Green try to slide into Mackenzie Dern. But other than that, I don't think he's got much to offer. On the feet, not a high-volume guy. He's got a little bit of power in that right hand. Doesn't really throw many kicks. His takedowns aren't the best. I don't really think his jiu-jitsu is that great because he's been to a good amount of decisions. And if his jiu-jitsu was that good, he'd be finishing a lot more dudes. He'd be submitting a lot more dudes. Tresean Gore, still young in his career. He's been off for a while. I'm going to just take him. I'm going to take him for the official pick, man. I think he could come back here, slap some leg kicks, throw some bombs. He's just got to go out there and go for it. Sometimes he just gets caught standing. And standing and staring, not really doing much. But I think he should be able to win this fight. I mean, Trocoli is just so hittable. It's crazy. And his gas tank's not that good. And I don't know that he's going to be able to get this fight to where he wants it. So I'll take Tresean Gore for the official pick. Gun to your head type of pick. Disgusting fight, though. Oh, my God. We're really in for a treat this Saturday. Cody Stamann, Damon Blackshear. I think Cody Stamann can make this fight close. If he can keep the fight on the feet, I think he's got a decent chance, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. Okay, if this fight hits the ground, Damon Blackshear is pretty solid jiu-jitsu player. He's going to be in the better positions, I would assume, but Cody Stamann's takedown defense is all right. Damon can slow down as the fight goes on. Cody Stamann's got a great gas tank, so I think it'll be a little bit closer than the odds would entail, but I do think Damon Blackshear probably edges this one out ever so slightly, 29-28 type of fight. Maybe we see a little split decision. Who knows with these judges? Probably. But I'll take Damon Blackshear to get this one done. I think on the feet, he can land a little bit more volume. He's got a length and height and reach advantage. And he uses his kicks a little bit better. Small cage. He's probably going to want to push him up against the cage a good amount of times. Land some clinch knees. Make the fight boring. I'll take Damon Blackshear to bounce back after the KO loss. That was absolutely brutal. Matthew Semelsberger, Charles Radtke. So I was on the Charles Radtke train early in the week, and I'm having my doubts now. I'm having my doubts because this man, he has a path to victory. It's to take down Matthew Semelsberger. But I don't know that he's going to do it because he's not really a guy that is just chain wrestling dudes. But if he gets Matthew Semelsberger to the ground, I think he could keep him there for a while. Semelsberger doesn't have the best takedown defense, doesn't have the best get-up game. But on the feet, he does have some power. He's got a crazy knockdown rate. And I think there could be a point in this fight where he does clip Charles Radtke with something. I don't know that he's going to knock him out because Semelsberger's not really the guy that has the most killer instinct in him. But he does have some power. So maybe we see one of those decisions where it's guy gets knocked down in the round, but then he ends up on his back for the next 3.5, 4 minutes. You got to kind of judge what's going on. I think it's going to be a close fight. But I am going to pick Charles Radtke just because the glaring hole in Semelsberger's game is the takedown defense. It is the ground game. And I know Charles Radtke has it. Just is he going to use it? I don't know if I can trust him to use it, but I'm going to assume that he should use it. So I'll take Charles Radtke for the pick. All right, banger matchup right here. We got Zaleski, Dos Santos, and Zach Scroggins. Scroggins watched the tape on him and came to the conclusion that the only reason he's getting this shot is because he is a warm body with a pulse. My goodness, is this guy not UFC level? Okay, Scroggins, his last 3 opponents are of the average age of about 40 years old. And let's just say he hasn't looked amazing in those fights. He's getting taken down by 40-year-olds. He's getting his back taken by 40-year-olds on the feet. He's throwing like slapping hooks. And I'm like, oh my God. Is this what we're working with now at the UFC level? Zach Scroggins might be a good fighter down the line. But right now, I just don't see how he's ready to be facing Alizo Zaleski Dos Santos. And please disregard the odds on the screen because those are not accurate. Zaleski's like a minus 500 favorite. I think he should get this one done. I could see a back take from Zaleski. Zaleski's nice with his little back takes. I could see a little submission. But in all reality, he's going to have him outgunned in pretty much every area of this fight. Zaleski should win this fight unless he slips on a banana peel. Gaston Bolanos and Kowalkiewicz Romious. I'm going to go with Kowalkiewicz Romious just because the grappling edge is there. The thing is, Kowalkiewicz in his 2 Contender Series fights did not shoot a takedown. Did not shoot a takedown. If he doesn't shoot a takedown in this fight, he's screwed. He is screwed because Bolanos, he's not the best striker out there, but he's going to be a little bit better than Kowalkiewicz. Kowalkiewicz is very jittery, very fast, very powerful, but he's pretty hittable. And I don't know that he's faced a striker like Bolanos because most of the times he's fighting bumps. The guy he fought in the Contender Series was a bump. He's got his work cut out for him. If he can't land takedowns, he's screwed. But I do think he gets the takedowns because Bolanos' takedown defense is not very good. He gives up his back on the ground. Kowalkiewicz likes to take the back. He likes to throw up a little armbar. Maybe we see a round 1 armbar finish from Kowalkiewicz. But either way, I think he has the gas tank to go 3 rounds. I think he should be able to get takedowns, do some damage there, maybe put him in some bad spots, and I think he should get his hand raised. So I'll take Kowalkiewicz Romious for the pick. Featured prelim. Women's strawweight. Denise Gomes. I said it earlier in the week. Brazilian butch neck tattoo. It's all over for Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Okay, she's not going to win this fight. And if she does, Denise Gomes did something wrong. Because all Denise Gomes got to do is be throwing some bombs. Karolina's probably going to shell up. Not shell up to the point where she's just going to give up a free TKO, but she don't like getting hit. It was pretty evident in her last fight against Yasmin Lucindo. Lucindo has some solid power, some fast hands, and Karolina wasn't liking it. She usually a very high-volume striker, and Karolina was getting a little gun-shy in there. She was getting taken down. She's getting kind of just out-physicaled. Denise Gomes could do that here. She's got big power in the right hand. I think she's still improving. She's like 24 years old. I think she gets this one done. Could see a KO, but, you know, if Karolina sticks around, she'll just win a decision. So give me Denise Gomes for the official pick. Mansour Abdul Malik, Dusko Todorovic. Not a lot riding on the line for Mansour Abdul Malik. It's his UFC debut. He's getting an absolute layup here. A guy who's been off for almost, would it be 2 years? A year and a half? Off a nasty knee injury. Dusko never been a great UFC fighter. He's only beaten the Jordan Wrights of the world. And I think he probably gets finished here by Mansour Abdul Malik. Mansour, his stand-up is not bad. But his base is wrestling, and if all else fails, he can go to the wrestling. He's going to be very strong, and his ground and pound is vicious. I think he probably hits Dusko with something big early on. His jab is pretty pretty hard. He's got a pretty hard jab, long jab, 80-inch reach. And his lead left hook is pretty nice too. His lead hand is probably the best part of his game, just because it's the most active part of his game. He's not really a guy that's going to be throwing a bunch of big overhand rights. His lead hand is pretty solid. I like that. He could touch up Dusko with that and then mix in the takedowns, get on top, and land some nasty ground and pound, and I think he probably does. So I'll take Mansour Abdul Malik for the official pick. And Dusko probably gets cut. Luana Pinheiro, Jillian Robertson. Jillian is going to get this fight to the ground. She's going to pick the single leg. Luana's probably going to be dancing around the cage early. She does that. Kind of wears herself out. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it's the way she fights. Kind of like her boy Mateus Nicolau. Dances around the cage. Doesn't really land anything. He's looking for a big overhand right. And when they miss, they're going to get taken down. And Luana has shown she doesn't have the best ground game nor the best gas tank. And once you allow Jillian Robertson to get on top of you, she's going to keep that position. She's going to elbow you in the face. And she's going to wait for you to give up something on the neck. Or if you just don't give it up, she's going to continue to elbow you in the face. And you're probably going to get TKO'd. So Jillian Robertson is the official pick. I think she probably finds a finish here. Maybe late round 1 into round 2. Or if Pinheiro just sticks around, she'll get it in round 3. But I do think she probably finds a finish. So I'll take Jillian for the pick. Gerald Meerschaert, Reinier de Ridder. Can't wait for this one. I'm going to go with GM3. I'm just going to stick by my guy. Gun to your head. I don't want to see Gerald in round 3. Gerald in round 3 is a mythical fighter, okay? You get Gerald Meerschaert almost on the edge of unconsciousness. He turns into prime LeBron James. Okay, the back is up against the wall. He's going to find a way to do it. And I think Reinier de Ridder's coming in here with a little bit of a hot head. He's like, all right, I've only lost to Antonio Malakin or whatever the fuck his name is. Big Russian dude on juice. I'm going to come here and just steamroll these guys in the UFC. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Reinier de Ridder's stand-up, not that good. His takedowns, not that good. Gas tank, not that good. I think GM3 could exploit some of that throughout this fight. And I think if he can wear on Reinier a little bit, maybe just get Reinier to punch himself out or tire himself out, he could take over. So I'm going to take Gerald Meerschaert for the official pick as the underdog. Co-main event. My goodness, we're getting a Ricky Turcios co-main event on the Apex 100 card. We are lucky. Bernardo Sopaj comes in as the favorite. I think the rightful favorite. I don't know if it's a little bit juicy, in my opinion, because I think Bernardo, he has a great ground game. I think he's got solid takedowns. I think he's going to have a lot of success getting takedowns on Turcios early, but Turcios is a guy that's just tough to get out of there. He's tough to get out of there. And if Turcios can scramble, just keep scrambling throughout the fight, then maybe he can wear out Bernardo and take over. The rear naked choke that he had on Raul Rosas Jr. in round 1, that man had a real chin, or at least a normal chin. He's probably going out. Turcios is going to be scrambling his ass off, and I think he could probably take over later on in this fight, but Bernardo on the full camp this time around, probably not going to gas as hard as he did against Vinicius Oliveira, and Vinicius Oliveira, a pretty solid fighter. Bernardo put him through the ringer the first couple rounds. I think he's probably going to do that here to Turcios early on, but he's just got to hold on for those 15 minutes. He's going to find dominant positions on top, but Turcios, like I said, is just going to keep scrambling. So if his cardio could check out, then yeah, he could probably look minus 300, but I don't know. I'll take it for the official pick. Bernardo Sopaj is the official pick. He's probably going to get it done, but that line is a little bit, probably a solid live betting spot on Turcios. Just take it in after round 1 or round 2, but Bernardo Sopaj is the official pick. Neil Magny and Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates is, of course, the official pick. Neil Magny can't take a leg kick. That's not going to do well against Carlos Prates, because once you start thinking about those leg kicks, then he's got those long-ass arms. He's going to be touching you up to the face. He's going to be kicking the body. He's going to be kneeing you to the body. It's not going to look good. Okay, if Carlos Prates can get Neil Magny out of there in the first 3 rounds, he's got nothing to worry about. But once he hits the 4th and the 5th, if he hasn't done a ton of damage to Neil, then Neil maybe can take over. But I do think Carlos will probably be piecing him up early. And the thing with Neal is like, we saw with Ian Gary. Ian Gary put it on him early. He was chopping the legs, made him not want to be there. Doesn't allow the opportunity for Neal to fight himself back into the fight. But against a Mike Malott, where Mike was not really doing too much, he's landing some takedowns, but he's not really beating him up, then he could take over. This is a fight where I think it's like the Ian Gary fight, where Carlos Prates is hitting him with a bunch of stuff early, and Neal just doesn't really want to be in there too much, and he's not able to take over late if he can stick around, if he doesn't get knocked out. He can't take over late because he's so beaten down. So I think that's probably the way it goes. Carlos Prates is the official pick. That'll do it for the official picks. Appreciate y'all for watching. Please like the video for me. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back here tomorrow with the Best Bet Show, where I'll give you 3 to 4 best bets and the DFS plays, which are already locked into the premium members right now. There's a link down in the description to join. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, Jai Picks.